Welcome to another episode of Mighty Automation AI Live. We are here and we are making it happen on YouTube and LinkedIn. I'm really excited to be able to bring you guys all the awesome tools. We're constantly working on things to be able to help you as a small business owner build it into a big business and hopefully be able to do some really cool things as you work on your business, not just in your business, like, actually operating, getting leads, getting sales, whatever, actually being able to build a business that creates revenue for you that, so that you can provide for yourself, your family for a long time to come. So let me bring up my number one AI strategist, Mr. JC. What's up, man?
Hi, good afternoon to you guys, and good afternoon, Mike. I'm doing good.
So we're just hanging out here. We got, if you guys are watching us live, go ahead and comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. We always love to know who's watching and when. So we're going to dive into some cool stuff. The very first thing I want to dive into, JC, is going over, because I know you want to dive into all the cool email marketing stuff that our automation allows you to do. So what I want to do first is just kind of go over the email setup with everybody.
All right, Mike.
All right. So first thing, can you see my screen okay?
Yes, I can see your screen. Okay, Mike.
Okay. So the first thing is understanding that our Mighty Automation system will, we have an email set up and you can send some emails. We're going to look at that here in a second, but you can also set up a dedicated domain that highlights your business and your brand when you're sending out your marketing emails. Even your regular emails that you send, if you don't have this set up, those regular emails that you're sending out through our system, through the communications tab, are going to be sent from our email. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick. So this is where you can set it up. And so just in case you click the wrong thing, you're not sure what to do, you can just go back here and you can see, let's go back here. And you can see this is the email for our system. This is our system domain. And it'll send them an email, which is no reply at system.mightyautomation.ai.
Mm.
And we've had some different emails in there, but JC and I just went through and added this one. This is like a more brandable system email that allows it to be you can kind of play around with the system and send out some emails, but it will shut you down if you've sent too many. Like you can only send a certain amount, and I know it changes depending on how old the email is, but you got to
Mm.
understand we have a lot of people inside the system as well, and we don't want our domain authority to get black labeled where they basically will not let us send emails through the SMTP server. Without getting too crazy, just understand there's different providers that send out bulk emails. Twilio, SendGrid. In this case, we're integrated, I believe, with SendGrid, and they will blacklist you if you're just spamming massive lists of people. And with that, the short way of saying it is it'll lower your deliverability score. And JC is going to get into some of that here in a minute. All right. So because
Mike.
ABQ, go ahead.
Yeah. So just in case, because the system.mighty automation AI is a system email,
Mhm.
so a lot of our clients are going to be using that if they don't have a specific domain. So if you want your emails to be successfully sent 100%, we actually recommend you to have your own
Mhm.
email domain. So it's up to your credibility of your email domain that's going to be handling your score for emailing. So yeah, that's all for me, Mike, on that, and
Yeah, yeah.
can go ahead.
Yeah, no. So yeah, definitely. If the best thing to do is just to go ahead and set up your email.
Mhm.
If you don't set up your email in here, I lost it. Where'd it go? My scroller is a super scroller.
It's on the top, Mike, on the
There we go.
second box. Yep, there we
Yeah, I
go.
just pushed my new. I got this new fancy gaming mouse, and I hit the scroll down, and it just goes crazy. So if you found yourself on the main screen here, where we just were, you would just hit Add Service. Okay, but it's trying to
Mhm.
help make it easier for you. So you can screenshot this right here. This little thing here will. It's basically it's telling you what I just told you about. your deliverability can get messed up if you don't, if you don't take care in how you're sending out emails. Make sure you're not sending out just junk. So for ABQ, by the way, this doesn't cost you any extra to set up your email subdomain.
Mm. And Mike, we do have a commenter, Rook
Ah,
Legal. Hello, Sheila.
oh, Sheila, crushing it. Boom. Let's turn these on so I can see them when I'm on here. Or well, actually, I won't see them still, but you'll see them, and the people will see them too, which is cool. They pop up here in the little bottom corner, which is cool. What's up, Sheila? Do you have a question?
Yeah, so the subdomain is different from the email, Sheila. So if you do have your domain provider, and once you create this email services domain, so actually you can see their mic putting it up. So the domain that he has for his ABQ legal support is that one you see there, abqlegalsupport.com. And to create a subdomain, you just need to put another word and before you put in the ABQ legal.
Exactly. And you do, and one of the reasons why you're like, well, I already have an email. Well, this is not the email that you're using for operations. This is the email that you're sending out rate sheets to potential customers, the email that you're sending out to potential, if you do have a broadcast email list, you'll send it out to this. And if anybody ever replies, well, the replies will come straight into your account under the conversations tab. So you're not going to get them in the same places. You're going to get, like, let's say, a new order to go serve a legal document, or if you're a realtor, you get like a request for a CMA or whatever. That should be in your operations email, which is your primary email. And you do not want to send out bulk email marketing stuff, because if any people mark you as spam, all of your like important emails can start going into the spam folder. And then we get it, because when I first started, I used Mighty Automation as my primary email all the time. And so I get it all the time now, where people are like, oh, it was in my spam folder. And how do you explain that away? Well, yeah, I spam people. And that's kind of what you're doing, like you're not, in the case if you're doing what I teach, because you're asking for permission first, but it doesn't mean that people won't mark you as spam when you send follow-up emails, or we're going to teach about the broadcast list, how to send out your newsletter that you send out once a month or once a week or whatever. Some people send them out once a day, right? So anyway, this is a way of protecting it. And listen, maybe your deliverability goes way down, where you're just not getting any opens. People aren't opening your emails. That might mean that Google's algorithm has figured out that you just send junk. Nobody's opening what you have, and a bunch of people are marking it as spam. Then Google's going to do that. And then what you do to combat that, guess what? You come over here to this .mail and you change it to hello or something different, right? And if that doesn't work, you come over here and you change the ABQ legal support to abqlegalsupport.net. Like, you can keep changing it to basically this is just marketing in general. I don't recommend you just spam everybody, but I'm just saying, like, if if that happens to you, that's how you fix it. You come and you create a new domain, you get it verified here. Cool. All right. So once you've put in your subdomain, you don't have to do mail. I just like the way mail looks. Someone sees it in their email. It's just not like something they see and they're like, that's weird. Why does it say that? Versus, have you ever seen something like this? Dot whatever. That's shady. Right away you're like, whoa, what the heck? So just do something that makes sense. Mail, like our subdomain for the system one is just system dot mighty automation .ai. But for this one, this is what I'm going to use. We're going to go ahead and hit add and verify. And it's going to take us to some boring techie stuff. Okay. Connect your domains. We're going to say yes, connect our domain. And you can hit add manually, and it'll give you a list of different records you need to put inside the system. But if you are logged in, I recommend you logging into wherever you have your domain hosted, and it'll make this a little bit easier. And so I like to use Namecheap for my domains, And one of the things you could do is when you have this up, just don't overthink it. Find the record type, whatever record type, these are the different record types. And depending on your domain provider, you're going to have different options for how to add these. Okay, so let's just take it one at a time. So text record, I'm going to copy the host area. Okay, and I'm going to go to advanced DNS. Okay, so the only thing I should have in here is website related. That's already set up. So I'm going to go ahead and add some records. And so I just hit add a record, right? And I'm going to find, what was it, a text record? And the very first record, which they called it a host, see, host, is this record.
Mm.
And then the required value, just plug it in there, automatic, hit the check mark, boom, next one. And you just keep going here. So text record again, it just says mail. Okay, I do text record again. This one just says mail. Mail gun. Okay, we saved it. Next one is actually a CNAME record. I'm going to add record. We're going to go CNAME record. Do we have any more comments?
No, it's only Sheila for now, Mike.
People are just like, so excited. Watch it.
Yeah, they're too focused.
Is that right? It looks kind of weird. Yeah, I guess it's right. Okay. And then you just hit check mark. The CNAME record is an important record. All right. And then so the MX records are a little bit different. Depending on, you could get pretty confused. JC was helping me earlier. We actually want to use anything email related and Namecheap. They have it in a separate area down here. I think this actually might need to be deleted. We'll leave it for now, but I might need to delete that one. Okay, so MXE record or custom MX record. So I tried MXE record. That's not right. You want to do custom MX record.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then what is it? Mail, and then I'm just going to copy this one. Mail. So we're going to go mail, and then we're going to paste in the value. And it doesn't tell you here, but JC said 10, and it seemed to work last time. So we're just going to go 10.
Then it's going to be the priority. So because if you put larger than 10, I read a blog that it says it's going to be sent later on. But if you put 10, it's like it's going to be sent immediately.
That makes sense. We just do what we're told around here. That's how we make it. That's how we make it. Otherwise we end up having to go too customized and things that just you bang your head against the wall. So let's see if it works. So now we hit verify. Oh, I saw a little error thing pop up. And it does take some time. We had to hit verify a couple times before it finally worked for us last time. It take around 60 seconds to propagate. Please retry after this period. If the domain is still not valid, you can check your records correctly and configure it in your. Okay, so we're just gonna hit it again.
Yep. So guys, just don't get frustrated at this point because actually your domain is being connected with the CRM, so it is taking time. It depends on the traffic of the domain hoster also. And also just another tip, guys. Do you see there the last record which says the dmarc.mail? Yep, there we go. The one that is Mike showing you guys. So the dmarc is actually a optional field, but it is pretty powerful and important. So the dmarc is actually can boost your security of your email and also the visibility of your email. So if you can have the dmarc also connected to your domain, it would be best. But if you don't want it, it's also okay. So it depends on you guys.
Excuse me. All right. It says
Bless you,
verify
Mike.
again. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Let's see. ABQ legal support is ready to send some emails. Booyah, booyah, booyah. Thinking. See if I have that forwarding email here. No, there's no forwarding one. That's good. Yeah, and if you've used your domain for a lot of different things and you have a bunch of records you don't recognize, I recommend you do not just start deleting them. I recommend that you take delete one thing, but copy it, maybe even screenshot it. That's what I've done in the past. I'd probably copy this because it's so long. Just so that you could make sure that everything is set up properly. For example, one of the challenges if you're going to do what we're doing right now and you use this email for your primary email, because we're using custom MX records, you'd have to also put in all of the Gmail records. So you'd have to hit add new record and then add, I think there's like 4 or 5 of them. It's not hard. I mean, you just got to look them up, but because Namecheap only lets you have one type, you would have to manually enter them. But you can see here, Gmail makes it easy for you to just hit Gmail. But of course, you can't do both. You have to do Gmail or custom MX, right? So that's just one little tip if you're trying to connect this and you have Gmail set up. See, I have a ABQ server is my actual operations domain that I'm using when I'm sending out stuff, ABQ server. And that's my social one too, like all my socials, ABQ server. But for the sake of the website and for the sake of all marketing type stuff, we're going to do ABQ legal support. So it just makes it easier. Now I don't have to add all the Gmail records. Boom. Warm up in progress. Okay, so you can send up to 1,000 emails today while you're in progress. But JC, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you now. You got some great content to share as far as like setting up the actual email, the email tab on the marketing screen. So I will go ahead and turn it over to you.
All right, thank you. And yeah, just to follow up also, guys, so just you're wondering what is the email warm up that is being stated earlier when you're going to be connecting your um, email domain to the CRM. So actually here we do have what we call the warm up emails. So you can see here the stages and the hourly sending and daily sending. So once you connect your domain to the email domain of your CRM, so we are on stage 1. So it is recommended to do this step to warm up your email. So it's going to boost your deliverability afterwards. So we have 15 stages. So in hourly, so we can send 100, and daily, or the limit will be 1,000 emails per day. So once you have all these steps followed through, or you have done this already, your email is all warmed up and your email is a good email and it will not go to spam. And yeah, enough of that. And we're going to be proceeding on the email marketing. So, email marketing has two. You have your campaigns here and also the templates. So, if you have templates that you made on your account, it will be easier. So we can create a new template if you would like. And also, if you're going to be setting up your newsletter, or for example, you want a welcome sequence, like a welcome email for your new customers. So you can just go to course, ChatGPT or any AI service that you are using. You can use Gemini, Grok, or ChatGPT also. So for this one, I'm just gonna use the prompt, and here, we could also give this to you if you would like. So just comment down below, and we'll give it to you. And yeah, so just follow through this prompt and generate me like for example 3 email sequence for my business. And the email business, of course, will be and we are selling, of course, the business is process serving or service of process. In a, of course, the tone, you need to have a tone, or if you like to be professional. And for the time frame, it's going to be, for example, you want it to spread over in 1 week. And we can start with a thank you email and to have a coupon, like a $10, for example, $10 coupon code or coupon, and introducing my brand and sharing successful serves. And of course, your call to action is call now. And so just to make sure, guys, to prevent some spammy words like um this is 100% free, if you're going to be including that on your email, because we have also AIs in checking the emails for spam. So we do have that now, so it's not recommended that you use the words free service, act now, or something like that. And also, in the CRM, if you're going to be sending the emails, it is recommended to have these settings on. So in your account, go to settings and then business profile. And if you scroll down here in the general tab, you can see here this make email compliant by adding unsubscribe link to your email. Because if you don't have this turned on, you're sending email, but it's illegal. Because in worldwide, you should have a unsubscribe link whenever you're doing a marketing email. And also, for example, you have a large contact list, you should be removing the um, bounces, because in the email we have different types. So you should remove bounces. Don't ignore the bounces, guys. So if ever you have a bad email, for example, you just gather the emails of notaries on your area. You have a list that you saw online, and when you try to send them the email, it kept on bouncing. So you need to remove that email because it's going to affect your score or the deliverability of your score for your email. And also, as early that you have your email domain, it is actually recommended to have text only email at first. So once you have your email warmed up, you can now send emails with images. So don't just include a email that only has image. So you should start with text first. And then once you have your email warmed up, like for example, you have been sending emails by the week, so you can now put the image for the emails. And also avoid inconsistent sending. So if you're going to be using email marketing for the CRM, you should be doing it consistently or regularly. For example, you have a weekly send, or you have three days before you send another one, because the CRM and also the mails or the email provider of the ones that receiving your email has an AI also that's going to be checking if ever you're inconsistent, like you're going to be sending an email, then you're going to follow up like in 2 to 3 months. So they're going to be flagging it as suspicious. So if you're going to be sending an email, just make sure to have like be sent bi-weekly, and of course again avoid the spammy words. And yeah, so in the campaigns, you can create a blank campaign, or if you would like, you have your email templates here. So we have a bunch of email templates on this account. So it's up to you. You can go ahead and select one and edit it. And you have a different niches here. So if it's process serving, it's going to be legal. So we have a lot of templates that we could use. But you can also use the other templates and just modify it and make it to your liking and fits your business.
Why don't we build one, JC? Why don't you go through and start with one? Let's pick one and then kind of go through it a
Mhm.
little bit.
Yeah, sure, Mike.
Or do you
And
have one?
so for example, we're gonna be choosing this template. So once you have the template in mind or you have pick your template, just um select that one and it's gonna take you to a builder. So this builder is pretty simple, guys. So you just need to drag and drop. And once you have it, um, for example, here, the logo. So I also talk about the social media yesterday. So if you do have your media or your storage for the medias, you will have your logo there. So here, once you click the elements, it will show you the option for the edit on the left hand side. So you can just change this and upload from media library. And we have here the logo of ABQ and just select and insert media. And there you go. Boom. You can adjust the width and the height. But once you select the image, you can just go here on the bottom right and you can adjust it as you want. And it's easy as that. So for example, you want to delete a section or this element right here in the second. So here, once you hover your mouse, you will see a lot of options here on the very top when you hover it. And you will see this trash can on the right hand side and just click that one. So for sending this email campaign, so it is recommended that you do text first. So your email domain will be warmed up. So this is very high level and very complex. So if you can play around with it, it would be best. And if you do have any more questions, you can reach out. And we have also another high level tactic that we're going to be talking about, which is, of course, the automation. So for the automation of the email, we can go to the templates. So earlier we were talking about the um this prompt. So this is a prompt for the welcome sequence. So for example, you do have a new customer that is using or gonna be partners with you. So we can have this prompt to be sent to you. So if ever, just comment down below. And yeah, once we have this, you can use different AIs, Grok, Gemini, and of course, ChatGPT if you would like. So once we have this, boom, it's going to generate you a welcome sequence for your business. So we just need to copy this one and then go to your email campaign editor and just paste.
Mm.
And of course, we're going to be using or we're going to be fixing this one. And
So JC, you're
So
saying you were saying that when you're warming up your email to do like a custom one text so that it doesn't get marked as spam, people actually read
mhm,
the initial emails that come across.
mhm,
I like it.
yeah. So for that one, you can modify what the AI gave you. So in this campaign, you just need to fix it. So just work around with it, and you can also change it and modify it to your liking. And there we go.
JC, Sheila is saying yes,
Hmm.
please, thank you. I think she wants the prompt, so
All
that
right, and
we'll put it in the community.
yeah, we'll put it in the community. So I do have three prompts here, and yeah, we'll just put it on the community, and you can see it there after the live or by the latest tomorrow. And yeah, so just don't forget the custom code. So the custom code is here. Custom values. You can see it here on the top right, and you can, of course, click it and contact, and then the first name, because this is the correct code for or when using the CRM. So just make sure to double check it, guys. Don't actually use this one. So we need to use the custom code that the system provides in the CRM. So you can see it here, custom values on the top right. And once you click it and select the contact and then the first name, it should populate beautifully there. And once you have it done, just save this one. And for the second day or the second email, of course, we just need to copy it again. And once we go back, this is email one. So
Yeah.
we will
You
name it
want to
that one.
you want to label them because later on, when you're setting up your automations, you got to be able to find them, right?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
correct, Mike. So we're going to go back and just copy this again. So we're going to clone and then name it as E2. So what we're building right now, guys, is for the automation part of the CRM. So we're just going to build templates for our automation later on. So we just need to fix this one and then save again, and then go back and create the third email and the last one. So once you all have your templates done, we're going to jump into the automation part. So this automation part is going to show the whenever you have like new contact added, so you will welcome them with a email. And there we go. And then save. Then right now we can go to the automation part of the email marketing. So on your account, go to automation. So we're going to give you the juice of this automation part of the email. So we're going to create a workflow again. And once we have the workflow loaded here, of course, we're going to name it welcome email for new customers.
And just to note, you
And
guys, if you don't have access to Mighty Automation, we can turn it on for you. It's a
mhm,
lot, and so with the automations tab, some people get overwhelmed, and so we just have it turned off. And if it's something that you don't see, you just reach out to us, support at mightyautomation.com, or even just JC at mightyautomation.com. He'll get it turned on for you. If you're a Mighty Premium member or Growth Plan member on our website package, you get this. We don't charge you extra for now. So, new people, you're locked in. New people will end up probably having to pay for it because we're building this out in a really cool way. So, yeah. So, thanks, JC. Keep going. It's good stuff.
all right. So yeah. If ever you have also a website with us, of course, we can have your trigger link to be set up on your CRM. So if ever or you can also have a button that leads to a form, and once that form is accessed or has been applied or filled out by your um for example our clients. So for example is form submitted, and then we're just going to save this one, and we're going to have a wait step. So we're going to wait, of course. So once they have the form set up or fill out, we're going to wait for like 5 minutes. Or this trigger, guys, again, is going to be depending on you on what trigger
Yeah.
you would like. So you can have it as a form submitted, and also we can have it as the trigger link click.
Yeah. What
So
about with form
mhm.
stack? If somebody fills out a form, can we have a Zapier integration zap and say maybe add a tag that launches a workflow, or how would you recommend somebody? I'm just thinking about, I know there's different ways to do it, but I'm trying to think what's the best way if you have a new customer who orders on your website. Now they're a customer, so there's not a whole lot of sales
Mhm.
workflows that we necessarily need, but maybe just like putting them on a broadcast list, so we can start emailing them once a month or whatever.
Yeah, for that, Mike, we have actually a um I think it's this external tracking event. So
Like a
once you
webhook.
add
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mhm. So once you have this set up, or actually, I know the CRM also has a form. So if we could utilize that, it would be best. So for this submitted form, it's gonna be best, and also the trigger link whenever there's like you send an email, and in that email contains that a button that says click here to join our newsletter. So once they click that button, it's gonna automatically subscribe them, or it's gonna be automated once they click that as a trigger link. Because in that button, we can send it or we can set it as a trigger link. So once they click the button or the trigger link, this automation will fire off. So we just need
Mm.
to have a wait step for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna send email. And then the cool part here is we can select the template that we made earlier. So of course, E1 is going to be the first one, then boom, there we go. You have your template there. And of course, you would just need to have this selected. So the asterisk is a required field. So if you don't um, fill out this one, this fields from name, it's going to be using the default, which is no reply at mail.mightyautomation.ai if you don't have your domain set up. So here we're just going to copy the subject and then paste it here, and then click save. And then of course, again, we're just going to copy all actions from here because we have a sequence of paste below, and then we're just going to have this wait for 2 days, save action, and select the email and the template as the second one, and then copy the subject that your AI gave you, and then save action, and then copy it again, copy all actions from here, then paste below, and then this is going to wait for 4 days. And then we're going to select the last template that we made and change our subject. So in the subject, here, we don't have the custom values that we're gonna like. For example, this tag, because this is the custom value. So, the subject needs to be generalized. So once you have this set up, there we go. You have your basic automation for your welcome email for your new customers. So we also have the newsletter prompt for the AI. So we're gonna be putting it in the community. So if ever you want the prompt, so just comment down below and we'll give it to you in the community. So yeah, this is just a simple way on how to utilize the email marketing and as well as the automation part. And
Yeah.
that's all for me, Mike.
Well, thank you, JC. I appreciate your help. Appreciate you going through that. Let me share my screen real quick. Let's see, share screen. So one of the things I noticed, see my screen.
Yep,
One of
we
the
can see
things,
your screen.
okay, I was going through and doing the phone number, and I realized you actually have to add when you're doing phone number ports. Just a little tip: you need to make sure you add a credit card because phone numbers. There's an AI. Some of the AI stuff costs a little bit for credits. There are some
Mm,
things that cost money in here. So even though you're paying, you have a monthly fee, it's basically charging you for the usage. For example, you can have 10 phone numbers or, $1.50 each or whatever. You want to make sure you have a card on file.
mhm.
Okay. So the other thing here is email services. One of the things I was noticing, I was doing a little research on here just to see if there's other pieces I'm missing. There is actually one thing here. If you go to looking at this email, if you go to domain configuration, so we were able to get it approved, right? But down
Mm,
here it said that it wasn't secure after I came back and checked it again. And it's actually, I went ahead and added the DMAC. I think that's what you call it. I went ahead and
oh, the
added it,
DMARC
and
record.
yeah, DMARC. Yeah, I went ahead and added it, and it automatically made it secured. So if you're having any issues, I recommend just going back in and going ahead adding that last text record,
Mm,
um, to the system. And I think it's gonna. I think we should just do it automatically every time, whenever we set these up. But the other thing is, you want to tell the system what you want to use for the different domains. So anytime an email is sent, it's going to use one of your domains. And you can have multiple of these set up, right? So you could have one that's for your any workflow emails that get sent out, any campaigns. Maybe my campaign emails keep getting rejected, and I don't want to mix those up with my workflow email. I could have a slightly different email, which I think is pretty cool.
mm,
So instead of having mail.abq legal support, I could see, like, I can click here and I can select from a different one if I had a list of them here. So I could have workflow. If I really just wanted to be transparent, I could say workflow.abqlegalsupport.com, and that could be the workflow one. So you basically just go through, oops, you basically just go through and you assign a domain for all of these. And I think it's orange because it's still being it's still warming
stop.
up.
Mm,
What happened there? Let's see. Oh, I just have to like refresh. Okay. So that's it. So frequency settings, you can change the frequency settings so that it only allows so many per day. If you want to make sure you don't break the deliverability score. But that's something to check after you've set it up. We didn't go over that earlier, so just wanted to say go ahead and check that. Go ahead and assign all of the. It'll probably default to using it anyways. But if you notice that it's starting to send from our system email, which is system.mightyautomation.ai, if you see that it's doing that, that's why, because you haven't gone in here and assigned it to all of these different use cases.
mm.
All of these. Cool. All right. Well, so the other thing to note is like since we've set this up, when we go back into our conversations tab and things like that, that we're going to be sending out emails and things like that, you'll be able to see that it's going to be sent from your email, not from my email, if that makes sense. It'll be sent from your system email because that's the one we assigned, right? Even though it says this, it'll come from the email that we just set up. I think I understand that, right? Let's see.
Yes, Mike.
Okay. So cool. Well, I think that's it. If you guys don't have any comments, any issues that you're having, let's see here. We did have one question I want to make sure we hit up. We do try to save the questions for the end just so we can kind of get through our presentation. But let's see. Sheila says, I keep getting the DMARC daily, email daily for the DMARC, and I haven't been able to figure it out. So that's where it's at. Go back in and set it up, and JC can help you with it. You're one of our
Yeah.
Mighty Premium members, and you got all the bells and whistles and tools. So JC's here to help you. Maybe just go into her account, go and look at Rook Legal, make sure she. Oh, we need
Yeah.
your DNS, right? So we need to be able to get into your account or have you help you in your account add the records to your
Yeah.
domain.
Is just a tip for the DMARC and also the SSL. So guys, if you're just wondering what is SSL, in the earlier that Mike showed, SSL is like the security of the domains. So the DMARC is actually or has a part in the SSL certificate. So the DMARC has a security value on its record. So if you can put that DMARC record on your domain, it's gonna help you to have your SSL certificate. So it can help your security and also the deliverability of your email. So yeah, if you do need help, just reach out to me via school or of course via email, jc@mightyautomation.com, or you can also email support@mightyautomation.com, and we're ready to help you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then yeah, well, so tomorrow, the goal tomorrow is to come back in and kind of touch on some other things. So if you don't have your account set up already with us, it's really easy to get a Mighty Automation account set up. Basically, it's attached to a website. So what we're going to go over tomorrow is how to use your Mighty Automation website dashboard and be able to optimize the AI and everything associated with your website, and then how you can actually get people to go to your website to fill out a form, and then hopefully we can web hook it back to the CRM. So that's the goal. We'll present it tomorrow, and you guys can hopefully get this set up from beginning to end, where somebody could potentially come from your social media channels and get a trigger because they filled out a form, and then get a trigger to then send them an email and actually start to engage with them, whether it's your rate sheet if you're a process server, or whether it's like, hey, let me give you a list of the available open houses this weekend. If you're a realtor, if you're a notary, maybe it's like, hey, here's my rate sheet for the different areas for where I do loan signings. Like literally every small business needs to have a website. They need to have their automation set up. And when I talk about the 4 pillars of marketing of any small business, I mean it. It's like you need to know how to do these things. And it's wonderful to have someone like JC, so I'm not just here rambling by myself. JC, before you came around, someone else who loves automation, I just sat here and rambled for 3 or 4 hours sometimes. But this is nice. We do it over the course of 5 days. People don't get so exhausted, and then I have someone else to help me with it. It's really cool. So appreciate your help, JC.
You're welcome, Mike, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to join you. And we'll see you guys, or I'll see you guys also tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you, JC.
All right.
Guys, listen, JC brought the heat. Go implement it. If you're using Mighty Automation, it's one of the opportunities for you to be able to implement automation at a high level. after we set up the foundations, I want you to look at both your website dashboard with the SEO and stuff we're going to talk about tomorrow, with your automation tools. I want you to look at those as the foundation. Okay. That's the foundation where we want to lead people to into your system, right? And then we're going to then backtrack in the coming weeks, maybe in the beginning of January. We're going to backtrack into all of the different AI and automation that I'm using to get people into my system. I want you to look at it like gears on the bottom of this foundation they're just turning, and then all the social media channels you have, the prospecting that you're doing, the QR code that you're putting on certain things you're having printed, going to conferences, all of these different ways. That's what they call top of funnel in marketing. And so when people come into the top of your funnel, how can you get them, make sure that you can get them to funnel down into your system? Because once they're in your system, it's only a matter of time before they hire you. Okay. Because what happens is that no matter what industry you're in, for process serving, for example, you're waiting for them to need you. You know, a lot of these people already have a provider that they've been using, and they do high volume every month. And so the opportunity to hire you, it's a timing thing. Whether their person goes out of town, whether their person dies. It sounds terrible, but it's actually one of the most common reasons why I would get big accounts is their current process server just kicked the bucket, right? It sounds terrible, but it's true. It happens, right? These guys, PIs and process servers that have been in the industry for 40, 50 years, they're retiring or they're dying. And those attorneys who have been in business for a long time, they need a new process server. And they're doing hundreds and hundreds of cases monthly. And if you don't believe me, go join some of these other communities on School. Go join some of these lawyer communities on Facebook. You see them talking about the different cases they're getting and what they're struggling with and how they're looking for new paralegals. And like they're dealing with all the same kind of problems that we're dealing with as business owners. They just have a different set of operations that they do on a daily basis. But their marketing doesn't really change. It's just they're targeting a different audience. So depending on what service that you're offering or product that you're offering, you're going to market it differently. And so where I really focus and where I really shine and where I've made the most amount of money, I'm not going to say a dollar amount. People that I'm close to that are lawyers are like, Mike, why do you give income claims? All of this is just for entertainment purposes, okay? None of this is real. It's all just for fun, okay? But all the money that I allegedly have made has come from services provided, services rendered. And the reason why is because you're solving a clear problem for somebody. And attorneys who have money, they have a clear problem. They need that served when they show up to court. So if you're a realtor and you need closings, you need people who actually need to find a listing that you have listed, you can bring in leads. The best way to do it is being a listing agent. I don't recommend, if you're in real estate, I don't recommend doing anything buyer related. Buyers will come if you have the listings. And so when I was a top producing agent in Florida, I was one of the top producing agents in Orlando, one of the top markets. We made the most amount of money, over 43 different closings in 1 year. That's unheard of in real estate. But I did it because I worked with investors who wanted to both buy and sell. And that's how you do it. So if you're looking to build a business, marketing is where it's at. Automation will save you time, but understanding marketing and how to build these systems that we talked about today, that's how you're going to be able to do it and actually outlast your competition. I hope this is helpful. Automation is it's like the necessary thing, but marketing is my love. So right now we're talking about how to set everything up. Some of it's boring. It's okay. Just get it set up. If you trust us with it, I'm so grateful that you trust. So many of you guys trust us with your business, with your websites, and we build completely custom websites at mightyautomation.com. You can go check them out. My team has been building and knocking out templates. They built just like 5 templates in the last week for the legal support industry. So if you don't have enough money, you can't really afford to, you're not in a place in your business where you can afford the setup fee that we charge, $1,000 setup fee. If you can't afford that for right now, that's okay. We're all in a different place. You can actually go choose one of our templates for no setup fee and $57 per month at mightyautomation.com. And you just go in there and make your edits. I'm going to talk about how to do that tomorrow in the first couple minutes of our meeting tomorrow, of how to actually edit stuff using the editor, how to see your analytics, and then we're going to stack on the workflow automation that comes along with the growth plan, which is what we've been talking about every day this week. If you're a Mighty Premium member in one of my communities, just know that you already get this. Okay, so you don't have to go upgrade to growth again. Okay, thank you guys so much. Take care. Be safe. As always, live mighty. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't be late.